Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you from our friends at Apple Blossom these wonderful stamp and die sets. These are called Focal Florals. I got it out. Focal Florals stamp and die sets. Here is the circle, the oval, the heart, diamond, square, and hexagon. So I can't wait to show you what my friend Debbie and I did with these collections, so come play with us. So for this first set, this is the diamond set, and they come with a really nice collection of stamps. The main sort of focal has sort of a diamond shape to this. You can see here these kind of nest into these cutting dies. So you get a wonderful collection of stamps and then 3 cutting dies for each set. So how the cutting dies work is they nest one inside the other to create sort of this outline piece right here. And then of course you've got stamped greetings and you've also got a die cut greeting. So let me show you the one Debbie made. Go. This is a great one where she stamped directly on some patterned paper, and she used a new set of cardstock. Here we go. This is a nesting place patterned cardstock in 12 by 12, and she used the one that was just sort of this lemony yellow right here, and also the coordinating solid cardstock to go with that. And then she ended up stamping with, oh, here it is. This is Pine Tree Green, water reactive dye ink, but she just used it for its color and not for the water reactive part. So she stamped that there, and then also used some Spectrum Noir pens in different shades of green to color in her leaves. She also stamped with translucent clear ink or embossing ink, and then did a little metallic gold embossing powder on that. So let's see if you can see that. Look at that really beautiful gold. All right, so let me show you another one. Get all my stuff in order here. Okay, for this one, here's the oval set right here. And for this card, here we go. I stamped on some white cardstock, and then I like to stamp in, well, there's a couple of different ways you can stamp your images and use alcohol ink. So for this one, this is Alcohol Proof Finesse by Spectrum Noir, alcohol proof ink. And then also Memento makes this great black ink, Tuxedo Black. So either one of these would work. They're a water-based ink, so that when the alcohol is used with them, the opposites do not attract in this case. So if you use something that was a permanent ink that has alcohol in it, the pens would blend with them. So you don't want that. You want something that's going to be opposite, so the alcohol and the water-based ink do not work together, and so they don't blend together and get all muddy. So I hope that made sense. So these are the 2 options that you can get from Paper Wishes that worked really well with our pen sets. And let me grab these. So for this one, I used a dull green blend for the leaves, and then I also used, gosh, I forgot to grab it, just a really wonderful hydrangea sort of purpley color, and then a yellow color for the center, and did a little blending. And I'm going to show you some blending on another card so we will get to see that technique. So on this one, we've got the cardstock right here. I used Lilacs in Bloom for my background paper, and then also this has a coordinating cardstock, so I used that 2 shades of purple for my little ovals. So I've got the first is a light kind of purple here, then I use these 2 together to die cut this sort of lavender purple and just offset those. And then added some little sparkly jewels. These are jellyfish little jewels on there, sparklets, that you can find all of these colors and the sparklets and everything in the drop-down menu below our video on paperwishes.com. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then just click on the link below this video and it'll take you to the Paper Wishes website, and you can see the drop-down menu right below the video there. So here is a card that my friend Debbie made. And for this one, you can see she did some really intricate cutting when she stamped her image. For the background papers, she used the cardstock was Secret Garden solid cardstock of her yellow. And then she also used Secret Garden patterned cardstock for her little leaf background right there. And then she stamped her images here on white cardstock and colored them with Spectrum Noir. And then she just resorted to using those great little scissors and cutting out around those. And if you're somebody who loves to do little fussy cutting, this is a great idea. And then she actually stamped some of the images twice, cut those out, and put foam tape between them to give them a little lift. So you can see here, this card has some dimension to it right here. That is beautiful. Right, and then we've also got this card right here. Nope, wrong one. This one is a square. And I wanted to show you how I went about coloring some of it. So here is a stamp set, beautiful roses on this one. And what I did was I stamped that right like this. Okay, so that I stamped this one and this one pretty close together, nice corner stamps. Then I added a leaf here and here. And then the colors that I used to color this are Coral Blend, Pale Pink, and Dull Green Spectrum Noir pens. I'm going to start with the coral. Maybe we can zoom in real good on this one, Steve. And what I did was I like to just take the darkest color. Now, if you're not familiar with Spectrum Noir pens, they come with a dark, a medium, and a light color, okay? And I'm just going to cut around some of this later, so I'm going to scribble up here. Here's the dark shade. Here is the medium shade. And then here is the light shade. Isn't that beautiful? It gives you this really great ombre effect. So it's wonderful for blending your colors. And if that's not something that you're really comfortable doing when you're coloring with alcohol pens, this just makes it so easy. And I am not comfortable blending. I have found a few little tricks that work for me. So what I like to do is start off by using the darkest pen, and I like to color in the petals that are closest to the center, okay? So to me, those feels like those would be the darker areas. And then I start with a medium pen, and I just start blending around those darker areas. Okay, not going all the way out to the end of the petal though, because I'm going to reserve the end of the petals for the lightest shade. So it just sort of looks like the sun has just sort of kissed the outside of the petal. All right, so now I've got the lightest shade, and I'm going around to the edge of the petals just to fill in everything that I haven't already colored. And I'm sort of blending that in with those darker shades. Oops, I went outside my line. All right. So that's my little tip on that. And then when you do the leaves, same thing. I like to start with, I'm going to start with a medium shade on this one. Go to the base of the leaves with the darker color. Some people like to start with the lighter color and then go outline with the dark. And I just found that this way, starting with the dark and blending with the light, just works easier for me. But you can experiment and see which way you like to do it and find if you like your results. All right, so that's how we do that part. And now we're going to do something with the light pink. Same thing, we'll do a couple of little roses. I'm going to do a little bit of the dark, oh, did look dark pink. And then I'm going to switch right back to the light. All right, and then I'm going to do a little bit of light right at the base of those little rosebuds, like that. And then to do the other pink roses, like you could do 2 roses that are coral and 2 roses that are pink. And then this is what I came up with, just like this. I was all done. And you can see I cut around it, so I used my scissors. And it just really did not take long at all to cut this out. I just didn't get that detailed. And you'll notice as I'm cutting, I'm turning the paper, but look at the point of my scissors. The scissors are staying in one spot. And I'm just turning the paper. And when I do that, it just goes pretty fast. And I'm just staying right along those black lines. Now, when you get to the part where you've got your leaves, you just kind of fill in that gap. You have to, now, what do you do here? There's nothing connecting those spots. So it just kind of went out like this. Okay, so you get the idea. And just sort of, I always kind of find it kind of like steering a car. This is my wheel and I'm steering it. All right, so once I've got that done, here's my card. I can do this either direction. I can do this horizontally or vertically. I think I'm going to do it horizontally. This paper is actually gingham. I'll grab it from my pile here. This is gingham #2 paper pack, and it's got this wonderful pink color, but also a wonderful coral color right there. And it's got 2 sizes of gingham. It's got the small gingham and then this great big gingham on each side. And then I used the coordinating coral cardstock. Actually, no, I didn't. I was going to do that, and then I didn't. What I did do is do some thin line dazzle stickers right here in green, because I wanted to pick up that green color there. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, which I left in my supply box. Here we go. So I love to use Cosmic Shimmer Specialist glue. It's a great glue for paper and really takes hold pretty quickly. And just touching a few just dots and then a couple in the center. I'm gonna lay that down right here. And then I've got some various options here for my centerpieces. So this one, I've got my dies right here. So I could take, whoops, this piece is just made out of just that one large circle, okay? Or I could take this circle and this circle, square, wow. This one is made out of this circle, oh, square, Lene, square. This is a square, and I'm going to nest those squares. And then what I would do is get this one, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this square and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to use it as a whole like this, and I'm overlapping my stamped pieces. Right, and then this one right here, I die cut using the smaller square. Okay, and that one's going to go right there. And I'm going to offset them a little bit. Now I can take the one where I used both of the squares, and I can actually use that and kind of offset it like anyway. I could also have done this out of a different color. I could have done this out of a light pink or a green. I wanted to stick with that coral color. And I'm just offsetting that just a little bit so it's a little different. And then I've got this little individual rows. And I want to stick that someplace on here. Not sure where. How about right there? Yeah. Just like that. So it's kind of in a cluster up here. So there we go. And as I said, I added those little stickers there. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on this collection. As you can see, the stamp, just the stamps themselves, the flowers are really beautiful and very versatile. I love how you can get, there's just a collection of different ones. There's these little corner pieces and individual blossom leaves and lots of sentiments on there as well. Greetings. So we've got a great money saver. If you're watching us on our Webisode page, just look to the right-hand side and click on that photo for the money saver. And we also have below this video a drop-down list. If you click on that for the products used, every product will be shown here. The different inks that we use, the pens, the paper packs. So you definitely want to look at that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look at the link below our video and it'll take you to that Webisode page at paperwishes.com where you can find everything I just talked about. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving us a thumbs up. It helps people find us, and subscribe because we do 3 to 5 videos a week and you don't want to miss a thing. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.